Hey guys, thanks for stopping in. I got me an actual refrigerator from Untitled Chapter, so let's first go ahead and unbox it and we'll look at it. Alright, first thing we'll do is cut this tape. And it looks like it is packed well. Nice packed in this foam, which protects it so it's not going to be beat up when we get it. So we got to lift this out of here and I'll set it back up here. Alright, so the first thing we notice is it's a really nice smooth surface. I mean, it's nice textured here. It looks really, really good. A nice thing I like too is the handles over here. Instead of protruding to get hung up on something or be in the way, they're not. And it's nice and smooth, so there's no sharp edges to snag on anything or to hurt your hands. The compressor's inside here, that's why we have these vents. Open the top up. It's a nice, good door with a nice gasket. So it seals down extremely well, looks like. It's like a magnetic. And it also has this big heavy chain to hold it so it stops. You won't be hurting the door, breaking it back. Of course, we got a bunch of packing here, looks like. And then inside we have the bag of accessories. Let's open up the bag of accessories. Looks like we got this is going to be our DC plug. Check it out, the package. Oh yeah, nice cord. Actually a real nice cord. That's actually a good plug too. Most plugs that I deal with, I get on a lot of stuff is cheap made. This is actually a well-made plug and a well-made cord. Looks like probably 16 gauge heavy cord plug to go in the back. Let's see what we got else in the bag here. Owner's manual. Okay. It looks like inside here we have the transformer, which is 110 to 240 volts, 2.5 amp, and the output is 14.5, 6 amp. Plug in our 110 cord right here, right into a wall outlet. Plug this into the back when we're running off 110. This is what I'll use on the lighter plug inside the Gladiator, or just inside the car. You can throw this thing in the back seat, plug it in. If you're on a day trip or week trip, whatever, keep your stuff really nice and cold, or even frozen. This thing actually freezes and heats. All right, inside the cooler, man, it's actually nice and deep. There's actually a lot of room in here, and you think that this is not a whole lot of room, but just think of your cooler that is twice this size that you may have, but you don't have to put no bags of ice in it. So ice, you put 2 bags of ice in a cooler, it's taking up half your cooler. This thing you have to have no ice, so everything you put in here is all the stuff you want, not the bags of ice and not the melting water and the mess that you have. So that is really, really nice to not have to have the water. We can freeze stuff, or we can keep stuff cold, whatever temperature we want, because this thing actually goes down to -7 degrees Fahrenheit, which is super cold. It'll freeze stuff extremely solid, but you shouldn't need that cold. And then over here we have the display. Peel this off. And one of the cool thing is that's really nice because we have a USB. So if I do have this in the back seat and the back floorboard in the back of the truck or whatever, we're out here on the tailgate, we're out camping, we can plug in our cell phone or whatever, or our GoPro cameras or whatever, and charge them right here off the USB. So that's really nice, really handy. It's got an on-off button, a set lock button, and a plus and minus here, I would say, to adjust your temperature or any of the settings. And it's got a couple tips right in here. But also up here we have a display, a thing here showing meat, what temperature you might want to put it at. When you Fahrenheit to Celsius, so it's -3 Celsius on seafood, 26 degrees Fahrenheit is what you want to keep it. Vegetables tells you the different temperatures you'd want to keep stuff at, and just adjust your display over here so your temperature to match. So that's really nice. I'm going to go ahead and plug this thing in and see how long it takes to get down to temperature. Okay, before we go ahead and plug it in, I want to show you the side of it here. It has right here a 15 amp fuse, which is just a flat automotive fuse, so you should even have some of these with your vehicle at all times anyway. And then here we have a switch. This switch adjusts the battery protection, so it won't run your battery so dead on your vehicle that your vehicle won't start, because you wouldn't want to plug it into the DC and you run this thing all day and it runs your battery dead, then you're stranded somewhere. Well, with this thing will shut off if it gets down your battery too low on your vehicle. That way your vehicle will still start. You can put it on a low or a medium or high, depending on where you want it. And then we got DC 12 volt or the 24 volt, 12 to 24 volt input, which is what our plug is on our transformer. I'm going to use the transformer first for the 110. And of course it's notched right there. We can just plug this in. and then we'll plug it into a 110 out. Okay, I have my cord here to plug it in. I have an extension cord run over there. Now we got it plugged in, and when it powers up, it don't actually come on until you hold this button down for 3 seconds, the on-off button. That will make it come on, and it shows the temperature. What it shows on this display is actually the temperature inside the unit. When you push the plus and minus, it will show the temperature that you're setting it at up and down as you change the temperature that you want it to be. So right now we're showing the temperature inside, and this is on Celsius. If we want to change it to Fahrenheit, which we do for here in the United States, we want to hold down the set and the plus button for 3 seconds. And now you see that went to 33, so now we're on Fahrenheit. And now we can adjust this temperature down. The lowest temperature it says it will go to, let's see here. Okay, is -8. So what we're going to do is time this thing, and we're going to see how long it takes it to get to -8 on the temperature. Also, while I'm showing you, you push the set one time and it goes from max mode to eco mode. And eco mode, of course, you know, we can set this thing over here. They recommend in a car we set this to high so it doesn't run our voltage too low on the vehicle. And what these settings do, when we set it on low, all the way down on low, our voltage will be, it will run the vehicle's voltage down, or whatever you're on the 12 volt DC, it will run it down to 9.6 volt off, 10.9 volt on. If we set it to medium, it's going to be 10.1 volt, it shuts off, 11.4 volt, it turns on. Or high, which is where I would think you'd want it in a vehicle just to be safe, that will set it, it will go off at 11.3 volts so you can still start your vehicle, and it will turn on at 12.5 volts. So we'll just leave that on high. Okay, so what we're going to do is set a little temperature thermometer down inside it, and then we'll see what the temperature will be inside it, see how accurate it is with this here. And what we're going to do now is turn it on, hold it down for 3 seconds. Okay, now we're 152 is the time right now, and it says it's 31 degrees. We got it set down all the way on the lowest setting, so we can see how long it would take to get down there. Now it's displaying the 31 degrees, which is the temperature inside here. It's actually cold out here. I've got the shop door open, and it's actually cold in here. We're not actually inside the house. We're in the garage with the garage door open, and it's actually cold outside. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'll check back in a little while, and we'll see how long it takes to get down to temperature. Okay, while we're waiting for the temperature to drop on this thing, I'll go ahead and go over a few of the other things I wanted to mention. That if you'll notice, it's running right now, and it is extremely quiet. This thing, it's amazing. You can't even hardly hear it, but the compressor's running inside there. I can hear it running, but it's really low noise. Also, this thing is extremely well insulated, so with a good insulation in here, it keeps all your cold in, makes this thing a lot more efficient on cooling, and is what you wanted. You want something that's insulated real good, that when it does get cold, it's not going to be running all the time. So the good insulation helps a lot on that. Another great thing about it is you can tilt this thing up to 35 degrees, so it's still okay if you're in your vehicle, you're going up and down hills, you're worried about it tilting, and it don't hurt it to go over a 35 degree tilt, which is a pretty good angle, so you shouldn't have to worry about that any. Also, another good thing is this would be great for taking outdoors in your camper, camping, putting it in your car, in your boat. You can take this in your boat while you're fishing, houseboat, pontoon boat, bass boat, whatever you're using, and keep all your stuff cold without having to buy all the ice, especially out in the heat in the summer. SUVs and Jeeps like this is going to be great for overlanding, people that want to do overlanding and have nice cold stuff to keep with them all the time while you're out on a big trip overlanding. And as I mentioned about the noise, this thing is only 45 dB. So it's going to be real nice. This is like I said, this is a 26 quart cooler. It's going to hold quite a bit. Got lots of storage inside. Okay, let's go ahead and plug this in and try our phone, see how this works. So this is a really awesome feature. They really thought this thing out when they decided to add a USB. You're out sitting there camping, got this out by your lawn chairs. Perfect. Comes on, shows we're recording, so that's awesome. So it'd be nice to be able to charge your cell phones or your iPad. You can charge your GoPros, your cameras, while we're sitting out in the chairs camping out. And so real handy feature. Put this back on. It has a little rubber seal that you push down in here and keeps that sealed off, keep moisture out of it. Okay, now we've been 45 minutes. You can see this shows we've dropped down to -8 inside here. And I went ahead and put the remote inside here instead of using this. So it's going to take a little bit to drop it down. So I'm sure it probably is -8 in there, but this thing will take a little while to read and drop down. So as you can see inside here, I have the remote part inside here, and holy cow, yeah, it's definitely cold in here. Extremely cold. You can feel the walls. So really cold. I don't want to leave it open too long and let too much of the cold air out. You can see it's starting to go back up just by opening it a little bit. So now this temperature inside here, 45 minutes, it dropped down to -8 already. And depending on what you put in this thing, if you have a lot of warm stuff and you put it in there, of course that time will vary. It's going to be longer to cool down everything in there. So which you won't be going down that cold anyway if you're chilling pops and waters and things like that, and lunch meat, stuff like that. So only if you're wanting to freeze stuff. But you can go ahead and plug this thing in. Like we're going on a drive tomorrow, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug this thing in and let it be cool overnight. And then tomorrow when everything will be cool, I'll plug it into the truck, into the accessory outlet, and then it will already be cooled down, keep our stuff all cool all day, and we'll try it out. So you can see this is dropping. It's already at 10 degrees. It'll go down pretty fast, I think. Okay, guys. Temperature's way too cold, but I went ahead and loaded it up, and I still ain't full. I put all this stuff in here, and I still ain't full. I got 9 cans of pop. I've got 4 bottles of water. I got 4 bottles of Gatorade. I've got a half gallon of milk. I got some pineapples, some pepperoni, some cheese. I mean, everything for a trip tomorrow. And we still have room to put more stuff on top of this. It's ridiculous how much this holds. And the cool part is you can put all this in there because you don't have to waste room with ice. So very cool. Very cool. I'm going to love this. We're going to keep this thing plugged in all night. Change this temperature. Unlock it here. We'll change this temperature up to about 34. So it'll be nice and cold. Right there, 34, and it blinks and it'll go steady when it's done. Now it shows the inside temperature is 5 degrees, but it's going to run up there. It'll start going back up now and get up to 34 and keep the temperature and be ready for tomorrow. Hey guys, that's it. I will check this thing out tomorrow, try it out, and of course stay tuned for more videos, because as we go camping several times this summer with the camper, with the tent on the back of the truck and the motorcycle and stuff, we're going to take this with us always. And even when we go on our big day drives, we're going to take this thing with us. So I'll keep you updated on the performance, how it does. I'll put as you can see, here's Joy Tutus. I will put a link in the description where you can pick this up on Amazon, and you can spend as much for this thing as you can on one of those high-dollar coolers, and you ain't getting near what you are in this. So coolers are a thing of the past for me from now on. This thing here is going to be so nice to be able to keep in the Gladiator with us when we go places. Thank you all for watching. Click the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe. Check out my other videos. And like I said, stay tuned for more on this Joy Tutus refrigerator. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. Right on.
Ah, man, bro. I mean, do you have any more ice? This ain't gonna cut it, dude.
I mean, I don't have ice. Ever since I got this, I just don't need ice anymore. I don't waste my money on ice. You want to try it out? It's pretty good.
Bro. Can I put my huevos in there?
You can put all your huevos, whatever you want, baby.
Okay, I got a 24.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back, and welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to show you an awesome portable fridge that you can use at home, you could use on the go, you could practically use it anywhere. So this is going to be pretty cool. And another thing, I do have a discount code through this company for you guys. So if you guys at the end of the video want to end up purchasing it, it's going to be in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get into the video. I'll show you exactly how it works, what comes inside, and what it could do for you. Let's get to it. So I wanted to show you how much this company actually cares. It comes in a different box, which I already tossed. And then after that, you do get it in another box with a lot of foam packaging. So this company does care about their products, which is actually pretty cool. And they do have them in different sizes. Along with the fridges that they do offer, which like I said, I do have a discount code for you guys. They also offer bags to go over the fridge to keep it even cooler. We're gonna go ahead and do some testing on, of course, how it works. Two, we're gonna go ahead and use an actual thermometer thermometer to measure the inside of the fridge, and then we'll go ahead and let it sit for 15 minutes. We'll let it run, and then we'll show you guys the temperature once again, so that way you guys can see how quick this thing actually cools down your food. So let's just dive right into it. Now that we showed you exactly what comes in the box, right here basically it's going to be in real life testing. We have it off right now. I've already thrown in a temperature meter, so we'll go ahead and show you guys that in a minute. And after that, once we show you guys that, we're gonna go ahead and turn on the fridge to its lowest temperature, give it about 15 minutes, pull out the temperature meter once again and show you guys. That way you guys can see exactly that it does work. After that, we'll show you exactly in detail how each setting works that is on it. The cool thing about this one is you could either connect it directly to a 12-volt source, which I'm doing it right now. On these Tacomas, they actually have that. Now, if you don't have that, you can always use their car charger port. So their cigarette lighter port, you can go ahead and connect this to the fridge and connect it to the vehicle. So either way, it's gonna work and it's super mobile. Another thing, you could use it at home as well if you just want it in your room or something like that. But of course, for us, we like to test this in real life. So that's why we're out camping, testing this bad boy out for you guys. The cool thing about this is it actually has a USB port, so you can go ahead and charge your phone right here at the top at the ease of a button, or you can go ahead and charge other things that do carry a USB. So that's a pretty cool, awesome feature.
So here we are, we're checking out this fridge. Right now it is in the off setting. It has been sitting for about, like Jesse said, 15 minutes. We do have a temperature gauge on the inside reading the temperature in real time, and we'll see what it's at after sitting for 15 minutes. We do have food. It is loaded up and ready to go, ready to use. Temperature is currently at 58, so we'll check back in maybe about 15 minutes and see if it changes. Now that we've unboxed it for you, kind of show you what you get, let's go ahead and show you how it works real quick, if you want to come right over here. So right here you have a basic control panel. You got your on and off, set, unlock, plus, minus. I think right now it's glowing because we do have it plugged into the 12 volt, but it is currently in the off position. So just real quick, pretty basic. All you have to do to turn it on is hold the on button. Turns on. It is set to 43 degrees Fahrenheit. It shows you how many volts it's pulling, I believe right now. You have your set unlock. This basically lets you set it to either eco mode or max, which I believe cools it to whatever temperature at the quickest way possible. And then here you have your plus minus, which is basically how you change your temperature. So right now what we're gonna do is lower it all the way down to the lowest temperature. Go ahead and let it sit for 15 minutes and see if it gets any cooler. So you see -8 degrees Fahrenheit. Guys, so we're back. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's been a little more than 15 minutes like we said it was gonna be. It's been closer to about 30, 45. We were cooking real quick, eating. Currently right now it says it's sitting at 43 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna go ahead and verify that inside with the little temperature gauge that we have. And would you look at that, spot on. Okay, and everything is nice and cold. These nice brisks are nice and crisp, ready to drink, nice and chilled. And I don't know, this setup right here is pretty legit. I'm gonna be honest with you, Jesse, I'm kind of jealous because let me show you. This is mine. I've had this ice in here for probably about 2 hours, and you know, all this stuff is kind of perishable, so I'm gonna have to throw some of the stuff inside. But look, just take a look. All the ice is melted, okay? And of course, all that's gonna go bad if it's not cool. So, hey Jesse, if it's cool with you, I'm gonna throw some stuff in there. But honestly, my honest opinion, I think A rating right there. It's doing its job.
Really quick, I want to show you guys something. So inside of here, you guys can see there is a bunch of waters in here. We do have, of course, bacon. We have sodas. We have some drinks, and then of course some cheese and hash browns. So of course you can put anything in here. And then the cool thing about this one, it is a fridge, or you can turn it into a freezer. Depending on the temperature and setting that you do set it at, you can go ahead and set that, of course. So if you didn't want anything in here and you only had freezer type items, you can go ahead and set it as a freezer and have that going for you guys. As for us, we just want it as a fridge, so that's the setting we have it on. So it's pretty cool if you guys do want to get yours. Alright you guys, so if you guys did enjoy today's review and how to use this product, you can go ahead and purchase it. It's going to be in the description box below. I wanted to let you guys know I do have a discount code for you guys. Go ahead and check it out. It's also in the description box below along with the link. So we're going to go ahead and enjoy our camping trip that we are right here with everybody. It's actually pretty fun. We've been eating, we've been drinking waters because we don't drink beer. So it's fun, right?
Absolutely,
right.
absolutely. And I'm being 100% honest. I think, Jesse, I'm gonna go ahead and use that discount code
There you go.
that cooler is not cutting it.
So we're about to throw his cooler away and just use this bad boy. Go ahead and buy your